Hello everyone, Agion here, another Steel Division Normandy 44 replay. So on the south side, as once again it's the 101st, we have NiNj4, perhaps just ninja, just spelled weirdly, versus the 716th Infantry, Vegalta Sendai, I think. If you ever watched any of my previous replays or casts, I'm absolutely horrible at pronouncing names. Looks like we do have a B2 out on the field, and we got some various Kubelwagen infantry. As expected, both sides deploying a heavy amount of infantry. There is an Airborne pack over here, or 37 millimeter, which can penetrate the frontal armor of this. Though if it's equal, it's not very likely. It needs to get within 100 meters, if I remember correctly. I forget whether if it's equal, if that's 0 or 50% chance. Anything more, it will be 0. There's nothing in between 50% chance and 0%, if I remember correctly. We got various infantry squads, and MG34 will provide a good suppression platform. Granted, there's a lot of line shot blockers over here, but the infantry is advancing that area. This MG is primarily going to cover the road and this open field. So we got Austroppen as preferred infantry. Nice cheap cannon fodder, can be quite effective. We do got a 50 cal in this farmhouse. However, this line of sight blocker is a bit of a problem. We'll cover this field quite nicely, but over here it won't be able to cover much. Perhaps. No, if he gets in this house, he won't be able to cover the field. So the 50 cal is not exactly the greatest spots over here to protect this forest. If you were to have an infantry unit, say, right around in this building, it'd be more preferable to help to cover that area. The B2 is starting to move forward. We got airborne rifles with some bazookas here. However, most likely they won't be able to get any good shots due to the fact that there's forest in the way. The tank can't be crossed. That maybe it'll cross through this road here. There is a road-ish area, so maybe crawl through there. We do got some airborne engineers. That's probably a very good position. Any far forward, he could get spotted through the forest, but here he can hit the entire nearby forest area. You can see here by its line of sight. So the Austroppen has spotted the airborne engineers, but of course they're well out of the range of the flamethrower. Austroppen do in fact have the LMG-34, or is it 42? It is a 34. They do have a better range firepower versus just 7 grands. Airborne engineers have sustained a huge amount of suppression damage. They're trying to move forward. They're staying on the far side of the forest so they can get in close with their flamethrower. Could go ahead and wait, but there is this Panzer II. Forces surrender to the Austroppen. And that is actually quite an important squad. That is a very potent squad in this area. The B2 made short work of it, forcing surrender, suffering no losses there. Very well played by the 736, 716th Infantry. You got an early mobile artillery unit. Does have a range of 1,600 in comparison. That is a range right around here. Is a good fire for support platform. Most likely probably going to eye bombarding nearby enemy squads. Like there's nothing else you can really do with it. I'm not sure why I made that. What else you're going to do with artillery piece and then bombard nearby squads? Just let it sit there and shoot tanks, I guess. This AT gun could find a line of sight shot through this air to hit the B2. However, it needs to get much closer for actually get a good penetrating hit. Looks like the frontal howitzer does get a nice hit. I'm not exactly sure what to describe this. There's a big gun. If I were to show, there's this big gun out in the front, right here. I'm not sure if they call that a frontal howitzer or what. Airborne engineers once again in a good ambushing position. Pathfinders will spot this Fusilier unit. Fusiliers do have, of course, 9 members. You also have an LMG, so most likely the Pathfinders will lose out. However, the Airborne engine is going to use their grants addition to fire. We're currently providing no suppression damage and receive no model wipes or model losses. There's going to be a slow stalemate there. You got another Panzer Lorraine, who once again bombard nearby units. I don't think this one's been spotted. Has fired. Actually, fired 2 shots. We got P-51D coming in for a bombing run. He also going to eye for these open Osttroop, and we'll get a nice pin down. Of course, these are smaller bombs. We'll only get a couple models. We got a command Chaffee. I think that's M22 is a Chaffee. Which of course does have 8 armor penetration. But this unit does have 8 armor. As stated before, I forget whether it's 50 or 0% chance. But however, there is a 7mm, which does have, of course, the increased armor penetration. We got the Panzer Lorraine landing up a shot. Looks going to hit the airborne rifles in this building. And you got various Osttroop, forces most of these units to fall back, probably due to the large fact the MG34 is in the area. We'll go ahead and start pushing the Osttroop away. We got some reinforcing infantry, probably going to eye for our front line right there. Neither side have forces there at the moment. 2 airborne rifles, that's 24 men. You may be eyeing to go around and flank and try to hit these units. If you can just go ahead and walk up these fields, it's probably a good angle attack. No MGs in the area to cover it. Looks like the Chaffee has received suppression damage. And very nice positioning here. Getting behind this little forest, little couple trees, preventing the line of sight from the B2. And there's something stuck in my throat. And I don't have any waters nearby to help wash it down. Osttroop will get hit by a bombing round, only causes a pin down, causes a couple models. Most likely these nearby rifles just continue suppressing it down and forces kill. As learned, probably should start probably is focusing the officer unit, but part of the spread, best place to do the barrage is right around here, so perhaps he gets a nice hit, which he may have actually. Does get a nice pin down. Osttroop with their LMGs being very potent, but these airborne rifles still have suppression damage from that fallback. The airborne rifles here should be able to more than handle the area. And this unit just dancing back and forth, like, we should go this way, no, we should go that way, no, we should go this way. Osttroop coming on forward. Very risky spot. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. He does not, so it's a great spotting spot. The B2 is now moving forward. This 57mm must have been hit by those artillery pieces. Down to 1 member, so he needs to be sticking it relatively far back and hope he gets something in his line of sight. He can't be as aggressive with it as possible due to the fact that 1 man. And I would hate to be that 1 man carrying that big AT gun by himself, pushing that across fields. The wrong road is relatively better trying to push those heavy things. But if you're trying to push it across a field with all the dirt and mud and rocks and plants, especially grass, trying to push that over grass with 1 member, that's really tough. We got another Command 22 coming forward and a couple infantry squads to reinforce. Most likely right around here, I would say it's a good spot for them. B2 is now rolling on forward. Remember, the closer range, both sides get increased armor penetration, so whoever gets rolls a lucky hit first. Of course, with this very, very small amount of armor, this armor penetration is up to actually probably 10, so probably will guaranteed penetrating armor hit. Or at least a 13, I would say. Its range is 1,000 meters, so if he gets into at the into 600 into the 400-meter range, then he will have a 100% chance to penetrate. In this range, he will be at the 400%. Most of the Austrian were spotted. MGs are making a good distraction for the thing. Oh, they're throwing grenades. I always forget that they actually do have a grenade. All the infantry units have a regular grenade throw. And you can see here, this guy is basically shooting his SMG, which causing a grenade to come out. All infantry units have issued grenades, I believe. We got quite a bit, actually, suppression damage from this Mustang. Not exactly sure what was hitting it. There's another aircraft here. A Focke-Wulf or ME-109 perhaps engaged and forced the fallback. I don't see any AA in the area. And there goes the M22. However, this AT gun, very close range, does also get a penetrating hit, causing the death of that tank. Austrian, they don't carry much MG ammo. Well, MG ammo tends to get burned off anyways quite quickly because of the longer range they have. So the Austrian are running a bit low on ammo. Would go for a supply truck up there, but usually people don't worry about resupplying infantry units all too much since it takes so long to get a truck there, then follow back to another place refilling infantry. If it was like a war game where you can also refill the number of members in the squad, then it's much more effective. Plus all the AT that pretty much every single unit every infantry unit has, other than specialized units. Got another command 22 here. There's nothing here to really stop it. There is some Panzerschrecks here. No, there's airborne rifles. Never mind. Wrong team. Oh, the Flak 88. That was what was doing it before. The Austrupen are getting bombed. They're down to this one member's down to one. Out of MG ammo. Pretty much as a spotter now. Nothing much more you can do. You got some airborne rifles move to the left side. It looks like actually Battle Phase B has been initiated for quite a bit of time, hence the Flak 88. We do see another AT gun moving forward. I'm not familiar with the Dima truck. And I can't see the model behind it. It must be a Pack 40, I'm guessing. Not a Pack 43. That's usually carried by a Mauler. Maltier, or whatever it is. A big half-track. We got some more and more riflemen and MGs moving forward. I set up a front line here. These Panzer Lorraines are still going and shooting. They are, one of them's about less than half ammo left. But of course, one supply truck can always fix that. The bombing run. Probably an eye for this Austrupen or Grenadier squad here. Looks like a bomb's going to hit this Fusilier squad, a very good target. Does get 3 of the models and force a pin. Looks like this WC-52 truck went into the lines. However, there's only these one-member Austrupen squads, and they're getting killed off. You can also actually there's a Grenadier squad, an officer unit. MG34 is trying to provide suppression. Does lose the officer unit, however. You got an ME-109 and HS-129, the heavy AT aircraft. Does force a fallback on that unit, but however, does not kill it. You got a Sherman tank now rolling on forward. Continuous strafing rounds onto the MG team, trying to remove that suppression platform. Very nice. These two MJ-34s, it's very hard for any infantry to advance forward. But of course, this is with the Sherman tank here. There is no T-18 in the area. There is a Ju-88 coming in for a heavy bombing run. Does a significant amount of damage to those airborne rifles. But this Sherman tank, there's nothing in the area. No AT, no... Closest thing is this Fusiliers with a couple AT grenades. That's it. You got P-51D Mustang coming in for a bombing run, aiming for this half-track. Half-track's very expendable. Doesn't even get the kill on it. But Sherman takes now rolling forward. There is no AT in the area. He needs to get that another HS-129 coming in for a strafing run. That's the only thing that can really take out the Sherman decisively. He can't move forward to lose these MGs. This one's definitely going to go down because it's being revealed because it's firing. If he were to put on the hold fire stance, it probably would save it because it's in the forest area and hide. Stick low. You still got this M22 still alive. Various infantry squads are starting to get cleaned up over here. Here's some reinforcing squads, but there's nothing really here to handle the AT. And the Airborne, they're elite units. They're really hard to take out. Those are the 12-member squads. Pencil range could go ahead and do some close range hits on the Sherman tank just to provide suppression and force it back. One MG34 will get cleaned up. They're currently firing upon these riflemen, doing significant amount of damage. But you got a pack Howie. Actually, no, that's a full-blown 105mm howitzer. They do have direct fire mode. Only 5 rounds, however, with 12 armor penetration. But versus his current enemy, they don't have a huge amount of armor, so that is quite reasonable. And it looks like the HS-129 has cleaned up that Sherman tank. That's quite critical. However, we do got an interceptor here. Flak 88, he is here to provide suppression. Needs to get 2 more hits in to force a fallback. P-51D took the long turnaround. Will provide a good amount of suppression there, but the HS is now getting hit significantly. Probably not smoking just yet. Will actually fly past. It's too fast to actually engage a slow aircraft and forces the fallback. The HS will manage to live while in the smoking state. That can always be repaired. Dents can be buffed out, scratches can be painted over, and the big holes can be welded shut. We got an ammo truck coming up. This is definitely for these howitzers. They're both down to very low ammo, though they still have a bit more ammo available. This 105 has a range of 2,000, outranges these. However, actually, I always misjudge the distance in this game when it comes to these artillery pieces. They could try moving forward and trying hitting it, but he's in a very good spot where it's just far enough behind the line so he won't get hit. Looks like a P-51D came in for another bombing run. But I think this is actually more of a bomber variant because it's the arrows above it and below it. Heavier bombs is what I'm trying to get at. The Flak 88 is starting to move forward. I would say good spot is perhaps in this tree because it'll give a good line of sight down the road and a good line of sight down the field. You got AA weapon moving forward. I was like, sure what? Probably a small one. Actually, more AAs moving forward. Another 105mm. He positioned it on the road so he can go ahead and hit units down the road. In fact, if he were to move it right around here, that would get a better line of sight down the road. Oh, this thing's completely out of ammo. It must have been when those HSs came along, or could have been this pack. It got an ammo. It did get a penetrating hit, but it was an ammo destroyed crit. So it's out of ammo. Could always rearm. It's not a permanent crit, unlike most of the other penetrating crits. You got a Ju-88 coming in for a bombing run. I'm not exactly sure where he should eye. He could have swung around perhaps to the line here, but he's going to destroy the MG team. And the M22 is going way too far forward. It was out of ammo, bit of a misrally, and does get taken out by the HS-129. You need to know the shorthand name for that. You got the ME-109. That's a pretty easy roll off the tongue type thing, but HS-129 doesn't roll off the tongue. You got the FW-190. FW represents Focke-Wulf, I believe. And the ME is meant for Messerschmitt. But I think there's other, at least in real life, there's other aircraft or ME, like the ME-262, the jet aircraft. So Messerschmitt 262. Is there any other Messerschmitt aircraft in this game? Not so sure. Looks like he has deployed Bofors. And those are which are good versus various infantry units. They are, what, 20 millimeters? Or 40. Yeah, there are 40 millimeters. Granted, unlike Company Heroes 2, they don't have any vehicle capabilities. It's just some HE. They can perhaps fight 2 armored and 3 armored half tracks. But that's probably it. Unit will get pinned down by NiNj4. Couldn't take out those 2 models. We do got a B2 now rolling on 4. There is various bazookas available, so you have to be very careful. But it's pretty easy to be careful in open field with a tank. We'll take out the NiNj4. We do got another Panzer Lorraine now moving forward. We're going to eye for a barrage right here. Currently the tickets, actually 50-50, but the tickets are currently in favor of the Allies at 300. You got a radio operator vehicle now roll on forward. Maybe eyeing for a barrage right around here. If he sees the Flak 88, he can do a focus barrage on it. More and more infantry units and MGs. Moving forward. B2 does have some line of sight on these units, but I think this hill here, you can see this hill is actually blocking perhaps a line of sight. At least in Red Dragon does. I'm not so sure about this game. Other people on run, most likely an eye for the MG team. Those are things are pain in the butt to deal with your own infantry. You got a lot of infantry moving forward. They're Vet 2, so these are veteran forces. It looks like Battle Phase Siege has been fully enacted. That may be it. And it looks like the time on target went around here. Let's get very good damage across the units, across the area. One member is down to one man. You got the NiNj4 team down to 2 members. And the Grenadier team is still sporting 4 men. This significant amount of infantry. I'm assuming he's going to try eye pushing forward. Ooh. Looks like the aircraft was in fact shot down. What aircraft was that? That's a... Looks like it's the ME-109. I didn't really see the dogfight, but it looks like a wreckage of an ME-109 right there. Or it could have been an FW or a Focke-Wulf 190. Guys, lining up for another shot. Probably eyeing for the Bofors. Bofors down is now dead. Oh, it looks like we got another time on target over here. Didn't really see it get called in, but it's going to be largely missing. May hit this MG team, but the MG team is the very far forest, or little bush, really, in comparison to the rest of the map. We do got some tickets now counting up in favor of the Axis player. This push forward does grant a bit of ground. Now he's just focuses infantry to help equalize out the field. There is a Bofors emplacement here. There's also various bazooka squads hit that B2. The B2 is currently nailing the airborne rifles, which will make short work of that. Looks like the bombing run here will suppress these. ITA Fairwillage. I'm not exactly sure how to probably pronounce that with a German accent. I know, what is it? W's make a V sound, so village? 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 Or village? I really don't know. I'm not even sure what I'm trying if I'm going to just switch it up even more and more each time I try to say it. We've got some engineers here. They do have the frag grenades. Oh, dynamite, I think, for them. TNT. We got a nice bombing run coming in here. We'll do a significant amount of damage. We'll get one squad down to 2 members, but we do got a heavy bomber here. B-51D Mustang decides to fall back because the Vet 2 ME-109 will most likely still shoot it down. Huge bombing run comes in, does take out the infantry, and the Mustang does in fact go down. Both are still down, still have 6 men, so still strong. However, now the Panzer II can move in safely without to worry about those bazookas. Mustang trying here to intercept the ME-109. ME-109 is trying to turn, but the ME-109 has sustained quite a bit of suppression damage. You may want to call in another aircraft if he has available, but it looks like he does not. Looks like a Mustang rolled some misses there, and we do got a Flak 88 deploying instantly. A bit unusual, but it is a possibility. It looks like the Grenadiers will maintain the pin down upon the Bofors. Bofors refusing to surrender. Ooh. We do got a Sherman tank here. ME-109, that 2-1 has sustained a falling back maneuver, but there is a Mustang hot on its tail. It's not smoking now, it's smoking, and does in fact get shot down. Flak 88 here. I'll take one more shot to force a fallback. Yes, it will. The other Flak 88 must have been taken out by that barrage earlier. Wasn't sure it was hitting, but most likely it did. You got two HS-109, 129s here. The Flak 88 here needs to get 3 good decisive hits. The HS-109 are falling back. That one's smoking, but it does get shot down right before he was over the line. That is quite important. Those aircraft are very expensive and very important to deal with the Sherman tank. However, the Sherman tank did already, in fact, go down. Never mind. We also got a Command Stewart now moving forward, and we also got a bombing run to apply on the MG-34. And the MG-34 does get taken out. Looks like this ammo truck is completely out. Looks like there is another one, however. Is he eyeing for, yeah, he looks like he's going to eye for the howitzer, but looks like he's rolling some misses. Airborne units are moving forward. There is some infantry here to stop a bit, but not a whole lot. These guys do have 2 Beretta M39s. One of these are Italian units. It says ITA. I guess they are Italian units because they're. I think that is an Italian SMG. Also got some close range howitzer shots. Does get a nice pin down on these airborne rifles and on the engineers. The other airborne rifle only down to 1 member, so can't do all too much. MG-34 fighting against Pathfinders and airborne engineers. They are in firing range. However, the heavy cover there, the MG team should win out against both of them. Flak 88 moving slowly to the front line since it did a premature deployment in order to hit the Mustangs. We got a call-in artillery truck now available. Engineers just out of TNT range. TNT has a range of 100, yeah, so it takes a. In comparison, that is the 300 mark, so about here's 200, about here's 100, so it is quite a bit of distance. Perhaps he could hop forward to this tree. Maybe, maybe not. Most likely not. You got this Stewart tank here. Both sides, well, the Stewart tank will have trouble penetrating the frontal armor of the Panzer B2, but the M10 tank destroyer will have no problem whatsoever. We got an HS-129. These tanks are very close up. I'm not exactly sure you can splash down both of them. But looks like the strafing run coming in. Looks like just looking for our MG strafing run. But however, there's 2 Mustangs already here on intercept and gets instantly shot down. That is massive. That's pretty much the only thing that can stop this armored assault over here. There is this 1-member pack team, but that won't do all too much. 1 member, just a sneeze away from death. So the airborne units here were forced to fall back. We do got another bombing run now coming on in. I'm not exactly sure what he's going to eye. Looks like a unit there did surrender. Oh, the bombs were dropped. I didn't see them actually drops anywhere. You drop them here? There's no suppression damage, so I don't think so. Unarmored half-track does get cleaned up by the tank destroyer. Nothing too surprising there because that's 0 armor. But now he knows there's the M10 there if he did not already know before. Looks like the other howitzer team was actually cleaned up. That's actually quite important. No wonder there's not much indirect fire here. Perhaps this Panzer did take it out. And we do got some more units moving forward. This is definitely a Flak 88. We got the Stuart and the Wolverine now moving on forward. However, this is very close range shots. Armor penetration pretty much can go either way at this range. The Grenadiers did spot the unit shooting at them. Wolverine will make itself known first. B2's lining up a shot, so is the Wolverine. B2 will fire the first shot. Does force a bailout crit. That's huge. Of course, he does not know that himself. Actually does know that. He needs to focus fire on the other one. And the Stuart does actually get killed off by the B2. That's huge. This B2 managed to take out both of them. That is absolutely huge. It tells you how the Stuart got a bit unlucky because it, I think, scored a bounce at close range. Oh, it had 8 arm penetration, so at that range, I would say it's about 60 to 70% chance of penetrating. Engineers here ready to throw dynamite on the tank, but won't do all too much. You got some Stotts troops here, and a radio call, and I think that was. That's probably was actually from this unit here. A little bit too close. He sort of ran his airborne engineers into it. Pathfinders here. They're just out of range of AT grenades. He could try running forward. The tank is currently facing behind him, so the response time won't be the greatest, but it's very risky. It looks like he's going to walk around the forest, try to get here so he can throw it from the forest side. Over here, we got airborne engines trying to push forward. The Panzer Lorraine is going to have to fire very close shots. I think that tree is actually blocking his line of sight. Pathfinder's rolling up alongside the forest. He's going to... Yeah, he throws a gamma bomb down. Does roll a miss. First shot gets minor penetration. Next grenade gets thrown. Rolls another miss. He has 4 more, but the suppression damage is very high at the moment. He probably only get out 1 more AT grenade. Throws it. Doesn't get a kill. Very nice. Looks like bazooka teams are now rolling forward. Looks like that transport was cleaned up. Flamethrowers can make short work of unarmored transports. Another one down, but of course does get pinned down by the SDKFZ7. Doesn't that roll off the tongue? Various units are now falling back. I think these units are falling back because of the artillery piece. Tickets are counting in favor of the Axis player. Really, he is slightly ahead. Will achieve a minor victory. You got a heavy bomber coming in. The bombs did come down this area. Does a very good hits. Each of those members down to 1 man. The officer unit could take them out. However, there is a flamer unit, but it's pinned down. Mustang coming in for a bombing run, but it's getting forced back by the Flak 88. You got another radio operator being called in. Though he already has this one, I haven't seen too many barrages. Right here would be a very good spot. But the Panzer Lorraines, they have not been killed like we saw in one of my previous casts. And so these guys are providing ever so mountainous field presence. Do got a Scott on the field. It is a field mobile field support. Looks like there was a barrage being called into this area. And this area is getting bombarded, getting a significant amount of losses. We've got two Command Panzer 35s area, the Hotchkiss. The Command Steward was taken out by a Panzerfaust. Who's at this range should be able to take out the airborne rifles here. However, these airborne engineers, if they're just long enough, you could go in and burn that unit. It looks like he will not. Another Flak 88 now moving forward. There are currently 2 on the field. Hasn't been all too much for using the radio operators for a focus fire on the Flak 88s. Then again, he hasn't deployed all too many aircraft. So he hasn't really been spotting them too much. We got P-47 Thunderbolt with a lot of bombs, 3 bombs. One of them's bigger than the others. One of them's 230. Why is it one smaller one and 2 of the larger ones? I'm not sure. With one good bomb run, they can do a significant amount of damage. Bomb runs hitting the unit there will get wiped out instantly. Another Flak 88 is now moving onto the field. He's going to have a significant amount of anti-air coverage. He probably should eye for 2 over here. He already has 2 over here, so perhaps 1 here, 1 here. This one could be placed right here to cover the road also. Or you can move up here to cover up the entire field and the road. This AT gun has made itself known. These are the Hotchkisses, so they do not have the dual gun. This AT gun will make short work of the Hotchkiss. Yes. 2 more radio operators being called on in. Probably gonna eye for hitting these Flak 88s. Though this one is down to 6 members, so it has been hit before. I want to make sure my microphone's still on. Yeah. Some other reason, if I don't look at this and I don't see my microphone going on my OBS, I just believe like, oh crap, I forgot to turn my microphone, and it's been already 41 minutes. Looks like the end of the replay is approaching. There's only 1 minute 40 seconds left. Currently the field control is at 50-50 now, taking slightly up in favor of the Axis player, but ever so slight. At this rate, the game's going to end up as a draw, because even though he has more tickets, the game prefers, if it's close, they should call it draw. This is how War Game works. And Steel Division. You got the Scott being cleaned up, most likely by the Flak 88 that is in range. This large front is the reason why the map control, while this is more in favor of the Allied player, this front is pushed in more by the Axis player. We've got a radio call-in barrage right here, doing quite a bit of damage and suppression across the area. Flak 88 is not in the area, however, it's moved out to the side. P-51 will bomb this Flak 88. We'll get 2 member, not all too much. Looks like this 105 howitzer has been spotted and killed. It was out of ammo anyways, so it could always be resupplied. A lot of people just use the ammo available. Usually it's usually cost effective enough to use our ammo available. Looks like the A bulge is forming, but the ground is in favor of 50-50. There's this huge area right here, but the game ends. The game ends in a draw. The final points, the Axis player was in fact ahead by 241 points. I think it needs to be 250 to be actually declared minor victory. So he just pulled out enough might at the end to make the game the draw. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.